In a world where Hollywood Westerns take us for a cinematic ride, this man supplies the silver screen with steeds.
My name is John Scott. I'm a head wrangler in the motion picture business and also a stunt coordinator. Come from Longview, Alberta, Canada. My job is a little bit different. We organize everything from an ant to an elephant in front of the camera to make it work for a director or a producer.
Scott is the head of John Scott Productions, and for over 30 years, his company has provided the film and television industry with a variety of animals, stunt people, Western props, and a picture-perfect shooting location in the foothills of the Canadian Rockies.
I've probably done over 150 pictures over my lifetime. Been very fortunate to do some good Academy Award-winning pictures like Lord of the Rings, Days of Heaven, Unforgiven, Legends of the Fall. So it's been quite an experience.
The long list of movies Scott has worked on is as impressive as the origins of his cinematic career.
How I got into this line of work was in the early days. I'd rodeoed a bit, and some of my American friends I'd rodeo with came up to do a picture called Little Big Man with Dustin Hoffman. It was 1970. That was the first picture I worked on. I started on as a riding extra at $25 a day, and I thought, well, this is a lot of fun. And then I got moved up with the stunt guys, and I got $100 a day, and I thought, boy, this is the business. The American wranglers, they just couldn't believe the beauty of the countryside that we had here, where there's no skyscrapers, no power lines, and things like that. And they said, boy, this is where they will come in the future to make Western movies. And sure enough, they did. After that, I went to Hollywood to learn the business a little bit more and brushed their horses and cleaned their trucks out and worked on sets for nothing. Get on sets of Big Valley, Gunsmoke, Alias Smith and Jones.
When Scott is not on a movie set, he's home on his century-old family ranch near Longview.
I'm a third-generation rancher on this ranch here. My grandfather homesteaded this place in 1904, and he farmed with horses till 1959. So I had a lot of his harness and wagons, and I preserved that and started putting an outfit together. Run a couple hundred head of cows and about 200 head of horses and a herd of buffalo. The horses are basically used in the motion picture business, and occasionally the cattle are, and the buffalo quite often. We have 3 movie sets on the ranch here. One was built for the remake of the show The Virginian, and then there's 2 Tom Selleck pictures down here, Crossfire Trail and Monty Walsh, and we built the town for that. Working with actors and working with animals, it can be challenging. You got some actors that are just fantastic, and they love the horses and they know how to ride. And Richard Farnsworth was a great example. Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, Clint Eastwood, they're all good riders, you know. And working with those guys just made it so much easier when you're working with the horses. And then I've had some actors come out of New York. They hate horses. They don't want to get on them, and they show it. Well, I'm a lucky guy. I got to live in 2 worlds. I'm in the world of make-believe with the movie business, and I'm in the world of reality with the cattle business. So you can go and make some pretty good money doing stunts in the movie business one day, and the next day you chase a cow around trying to make 50 bucks out of her. So it brings you back to reality.
Through the years, Scott has enjoyed a career that has been an unforgettable cinematic journey. He has worked alongside the legends of Hollywood and taken sage advice from some of its biggest stars.
Roy Rogers was kind of a hero of mine. He said, the greatest thing a person can give you is their time, because it's something you can't take back. Another guy one time told me, he says, don't ever do anything that would embarrass your mother. So.
For more than 45 years, John Scott has been part of the Hollywood Western landscape. His work behind the scenes with animals and actors is legendary. And in his role of trail boss of Tinseltown, he'll continue to keep a keen watch over the stars and steeds of showbiz.
The wrangling business, the stunt business, is something you do not learn out of books. It's got to be handed down to you, and there's a lot of different tricks of the trade that is handed down from the older mentors down to the younger guys. And hopefully I've been able to do that and keep doing that. No one person can do this job. You're only as good as the people you have around you, and I've been very fortunate to have some fantastic people around me that have done a great job, and I think it's never really work to a person if you go to work and enjoy your job and enjoy what you're doing, and I enjoy being with the animals, so it makes the work pretty easy.
If you have an idea for Northwest Profiles, send it to KSPS TV, 3911 South Regal, Spokane, Washington 99223. Northwest Profiles is a presentation of KSPS Public Television.